Hello everyone, welcome to Suprema webinar. This BioStar 2 new features session focuses on understanding the new features introduced in version 2.9.7. The presentation will take approximately 30 minutes. We will start with a brief overview of the new features, followed by a detailed review of the key functionalities one by one. Here are the new and improved features. We now support the AI-powered facial authentication device, BioEntry W3. Multi-factor authentication has been added to make BioStar 2 logins even more secure. We've improved user data transfer speeds with visual face template migration. The new Expert Settings menu lets you turn off visual face image storage if needed. Chrome will no longer be installed automatically during the BioStar 2 server setup. Older FaceStation F2 devices running version 1.x algorithms are no longer supported. Let's dive into the new BioEntry W3 and see what it's all about. The BioEntry W3 is a visual face authentication reader launched by Suprema in Q3 2024. It works alongside devices like FaceStation F2 and BioStation 3, supporting visual face-based authentication. If you want more details about the specs, scan the QR, or just check out the link at the bottom of this presentation, or visit support.supremanc.com for related technical articles. Let's take a look at the main features of the BioEntry W3 product. The main features are visual face authentication, on-device AI embedded with NPU device, equipped with IR camera that can recognize face even in dark lighting, and visual face camera that can recognize visual face. Authentication result message can be output through LED screen. Also, authentication result is guided to the user once more through LED color of LED indicator. Available credentials include card, visual face, and Suprema Mobile Access. In addition, it supports real-time streaming protocol and PoE, and for the administrator level, it also supports firmware upgrade function using USB. Additionally, it has a function to display only the username or part of the user ID or hide it through the auth result display option. And using Device Manager version 1.2.0, a device configuration app developed by Suprema, it is now possible to set the network information of the device through BLE communication. BioEntry W3 is a product that has been measured to be IP67 for water and dust resistance and IK08 for impact tests. There are 2 models in total, and they are divided into the types of cards they support and whether they support PoE. As you can see, the model that supports EM, MyFair, DesFire, Felica, HID Prox, iClass, and even PoE has APB attached after BEW3. A stands for all cards, P stands for PoE, and B stands for Bluetooth. Alright, let's see how the multi-factor auth for login works. In order to log in to the BioStar 2 system, only designated users can log in through the ID and password set by the administrator. The newly released 2.9.7 has a new function that allows login only after successful authentication through registered fingerprint after entering ID and password. To activate this function, first select the user menu and select the user who will use the function. If there is no fingerprint registered for the user, please register a fingerprint first. Then, on the permission page, set the operator level, activate the multi-factor auth for the login option, set the login ID and password, and save. Let's check the settings we explained earlier and the authentication process together. Next, I would like to introduce two features related to visual face templates, syncing visual face templates only, and the visual face migration feature. First, let's check out visual face migration. You may be unfamiliar with the term visual face, Suprema BioStar 2. Terminology has two terms for facial recognition devices. One is face and the other is visual face. The face term is used for IR-based FaceStation 2 and FaceLight devices, while visual face refers to facial authentication devices based on visual images. Previously, user face management involved transmitting refined image data to devices, which was time-consuming for multiple users. Now, we only transmit visual face templates, significantly reducing data size and enhancing security with BioStar 2 version 2.9.7. This change means only templates, not images, are stored on devices. However, we've implemented a visual face migration function due to the different algorithms used by FSF2, BS3, and BEW3. This converts stored images into suitable templates for each model. It's worth noting that FSF2 uses a GPU-based algorithm, while BS3 and BEW3 use NPU-based algorithms. Lastly, we've added an expert option to not store image data on the server, further addressing customer security concerns. These improvements enhance synchronization performance and overall system security. Visual face migration is a feature that creates two types of visual face templates from the images of users already stored on the BioStar 2 server. To synchronize visual face data as templates only, you must complete the visual face migration process. If you have any questions on this page, please let me know. So, who should use this feature? All system administrators who have an environment lower than BioStar 2 version 2.9.6 using FaceStation F2, BioStation 3, and are planning to upgrade should use visual face migration. This is a process that can improve the speed of user data transfer. After the upgrade, please calculate enough downtime to perform visual face migration. In Suprema's own test environment, it took about 18 minutes for 1,000 users. Before proceeding with visual face migration, first check the device type and version connected to BioStar 2. Even if the firmware version is lower than the version shown here, there is no problem with transferring visual face users from BioStar 2. However, to achieve the best transfer speed, it is recommended to use the latest firmware version. Let's take a look at the order of using visual face migration. After logging into BioStar 2, check the total number of visual face users in the dashboard menu that appears first and estimate the downtime for using BioStar 2 in advance. After clicking the user menu, select the three dots in the upper right and then click Visual Face Migration. The warning message advises you not to move to another page while the function is in operation. Since there is no separate progress bar, it guides you to estimate the completion time by informing you that it will take about 18 minutes for 1,000 users. During the migration process, any changes made to the user's visual face by other users accessing BioStar 2 will not be applied. When the visual face migration is complete, you will be taken to a pop-up like this. If it failed, you can download the failure summary to determine the cause. The following is one of the major features of BioStar 2 version 2.9.7, which is the ability to synchronize only visual face templates. FaceStation F2, BioStation 3, and BioEntry W3 are visual face authentication products, and the face template used for visual face authentication is called Visual Face Template in Suprema terminology. In the past, BioStar 2 versions used warped face images to manage and transmit user information of visual face authentication devices. As a result, the more users BioStar 2 managed, the faster the transmission completion speed became. BioStar 2 version 2.9.7 improved the speed by transmitting only the extracted visual face template to the device when transmitting visual face users, and did not save the face image on the device. If the user is concerned about saving the face image in the BioStar 2 database, the Not Saving Visual Face Image option can also be used to address this concern. This will be explained in the next section. BioStar 2 version 2.9.7 stores 3 types of data in the DB by default: warped image, NPU type template, and GPU type template to use the visual face authentication device. When a user transfer command occurs in BioStar 2, transfer is performed according to the connected device type. For example, users who need to send to BioEntry 3, BioStation 3 will send the NPU type template, and users who need to send to FaceStation F2 will only send the GPU type template. If you upgraded BioStar 2 from an older version to 2.9.7, do not forget to run Visual Face Migration. If you do not run Visual Face Migration, the warped image will be transferred for compatibility with the device firmware. Here is a demo video to show you how much difference there is in the transfer speed of only visual face templates in BioStar 2 version 2.9.7 compared to the old version. When transferring 1,000 visual face users, you can see that while it took about 4 minutes in the old version, it was completed in 13 seconds in BioStar 2 version 2.9.7. With BioStar 2 version 2.9.7, there is a way to not save the visual face image in the BioStar 2 database. It is an important function, so it is called separately as Expert Setting Menu. Here are some checklists to use this feature. The default setting of BioStar 2 is to save visual face images and templates in the BioStar 2 database. To use the option of not saving visual face images in the BioStar 2 server, please first check if the firmware version is upgraded as follows: FaceStation F2 version 2.20 or higher, BioStation 3 firmware version 1.31 or higher, BioEntry W3 firmware version 1.00 or higher. Also, only the administrator level can use the menu in the operator level of BioStar 2. Some companies or industries require that their IT security policies do not store the user's visual face image in the BioStar 2 database or on the BioStar 2 device. In this case, you can utilize the Store Visual Face Image option in BioStar 2 version 2.9.7. So, where do we do these settings? First, log in to BioStar 2 as a user with administrator rights. Then, select the Settings menu at the top, check Server, Expert Settings, and check the Display Expert Setting option. When you toggle this option, a pop-up will appear informing you that it should not be used by anyone other than experts. The reason is that if you activate this option Store Visual Face Image option, there are some things you need to understand. So we made it named as Expert Settings and made the function appear as an option. If you change Display Expert Settings to US, the Expert Settings pop-up will appear. Only then will the Store Visual Face Image option button appear. If you disable this function, all visual face images stored in the BioStar 2 database will be deleted, and only the visual face template will remain. Since there is a lot of information that the administrator needs to be aware of, a pop-up with guidance text is also provided. Let's quickly see how it works. When disabling the storage of visual face images, there are some things to keep in mind, in addition to the fact that all of the user's visual face images in the BioStar 2 DB will be deleted. If the visual template type does not have both GPU and NPU types, this option cannot be activated. BioStar 2 currently only has NPU-type templates, and if you are currently using a BioStation 3 device and are using FaceStation F2 as an additional expansion, there are no templates that can be transferred, therefore you must create two types of templates through visual face migration in advance and then proceed. For FaceStation F2 or BioStation 3, you can register users directly on the device through the LCD menu. In this case, the visual face image is saved, but the option to not save it is also provided separately in the device settings. You can check and disable the settings in the authentication menu of the device menu. Due to these various options, there are some cases that you should be careful about. First, let's check when BioStar 2 is set to save visual images by default, and when it is set to not save visual images on the device. If you directly register a user on the device through the device LCD menu, BioStation 3 will save NPU-type templates, and the option to not save images is turned on, so there is no image information. Then, when you upload user information from the device to BioStar 2, only template information without images will be saved in the BioStar 2 database. If the device connected to BioStar 2 is BioStation 3 or BioEntry W3, there is no problem with template transfer. However, if FaceStation F2 is also connected to BioStar 2, BioStar 2 database does not have GPU-type templates, so a user synchronization error occurs. What about the following case? With the option to not save user images on the device activated, perform user registration directly on the BS3 and F2 devices. Then import the user information stored on the device to BioStar 2. In this case, BioStar 2 has NPU type and GPU type face templates, so user transfer to other BioStation 3, BioEntry W3, FSF2 connected to the BioStar 2 server is possible without any problem. Below are two features that are not available in BioStar 2 version 2.9.7. With the release of BioStar 2 version 2.9.7, the installation process has changed. The new version no longer includes Chrome in the installation package due to ongoing updates and compatibility issues. After installing BioStar 2 version 2.9.7, you will need to install Chrome separately to access the software. If your company requires using Microsoft Edge instead of Chrome, please contact Suprema's technical support team for assistance. This update aims to enhance flexibility while ensuring compatibility with various IT policies. Also, due to the various improvements related to the visual face explained above, BioStar 2 version 2.9.7 no longer supports the old firmware of FaceStation F2 version 1 firmware. FaceStation F2 version 1, customers need to upgrade firmware to use BioStar 2 version 2.9.7. For the latest firmware change information, please check the following link. Today we covered 6 key updates in BioStar 2 version 2.9.7, support for BioEntry W3, our new AI facial authentication device, enhanced login security with multi-factor authentication, improved user transfer speed through visual face template migration, new expert setting to avoid saving visual face images, removal of automatic Chrome installation, incompatibility with older FaceStation, and F2 1-point versions. For more details, please search 2.97 new features on the Suprema support portal. These pages are intended to be viewed and moved quickly. In 2.9.8, the performance of reports and dashboards will be improved. By using BioStar 2 UI and BioStar 2 API, you can set up individual message output for each user, and by adding a file upload option in the custom field, you can support up to 2 individual file uploads, with file uploads of 1 megabyte or less. The menu has been modified to allow you to set the time for the door relay to turn on in seconds. You can set it in 1-second increments up to a maximum of 900 seconds. Supports displaying detailed firmware version information in the device list. New installations of BioStar 2 version 2.9.8 will now support 4 additional predefined WGAND formats. When authenticating with a mask, the device rejects authentication. To prevent mobile cards from being deleted from the system and not blocked, the deleted CSN mobile card list menu is added. In the timed APB function, the bypass group option is added. BioStar 2 video service and menu are discontinued in this version. The environment for using BioStar 2 video should not be upgraded. Thank you so much. See you next webinar.